Episode 1 of Agatha All Along, to me, is a pretty solid episode. She's going to be known as Agnes O'Connor, just for the time being. We learned by the end of the episode that this was pretty much a ruse. Everything that we're seeing from the beginning of the episode with the Jane Doe and this crime scene and everything, and then how she's an investigative detective and stuff like that. This is all a side effect of what Wanda did to her at the end of WandaVision, season 1.
I'll give you the role you chose. The nosy neighbor.
No, please.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. You're cruel. You have no idea what you've unleashed. You're gonna need me.
If I do, I know where to find you.
Wait. Hiya, hun.
And everyone there is playing along. So these are all characters that we've seen before, like Mrs. Hart. She's Sharon Davis, which we find out that Sharon Davis is her actual name, but Mrs. Hart is something that Wanda had created. So basically, it seems like these people from the beginning was in on or understanding of a lot of this stuff, but were just too scared to, I don't know, try to do something about it. I guess they obviously understood they could never do anything about it. But we do see various moments throughout the beginning of the episode where it shows Marvel's strong suit of adapting other forms of media. Like, for instance, we get a lot of Law and Order vibes within the first part of this episode where she's pretty much just on this journey. And along the way, we meet this character known as Agent Vidal from the FBI, but we end up finding out that it's Rio Vidal, and she's an actual witch who hates her. She's trying to jog her memory throughout the entire process. And what we come to find out is the beginning scene of the Jane Doe. She was at her neighbor's house who went by Officer Herb. His actual name is John Collins. And it seems like the pictures came from his yard. But in her mind, she's seen a dead body because, again, it was a crime scene. Clearly, after everything is pieced together, it was just her walking across the street to her house, which is pretty crazy, by the way. But I enjoyed the way that Marvel played on everybody's mind. To me, this was a good start to the season. I'm hoping that it ends with a bang. I know the community has been very judgmental when it comes to the MCU as of late. I don't agree. And I don't want to come off as some Disney shill or someone that's just loving all the products, but I'm just not feeling the hate, right, on the level that everyone else is doing. Like, to me, a lot of people are absurdly coming at the MCU. By the end of the episode, she tries to go back to the precinct because it is starting to be unveiled that, hey, wait, she's in her house. She thought she was at the precinct the entire time, but she's actually in her house. And when she goes to go and view the body, Agent Vidal shows up, and then we see that she's starting to slowly remember. We get W. Maximoff by the foot tag, and then we get her actual name, A. Harkness, or Agatha Harkness. So she starts to remember, okay, wait, her actual name is Agatha, not Agnes. And then she starts to slowly undress, taking off various clothing, until we go to the next scene and she's butt naked in a house, starts to scream. At this point, she fully realizes what has happened to her, and it's actually been 3 years since the events of WandaVision. So for the past 3 years, everybody, up until Agent Vidal showed up, everybody has been playing along and keeping up this act this entire time, to me, which is crazy. But she actually walks across the street butt naked, which caused a lot of controversy online, by the way, which again I don't agree with. But she walked across the street butt naked, talking to her neighbor John Collins, and coming to find out that, you know, pretty much everything has been a lie. And now she's starting to come back into herself. And at the end of the episode, we find out that not only after she found the Darkhold, she, I guess, hid behind the magic And you know, there's obviously going to be some more things to unpack with what happened with her and her fellow witches, and the reason why a good amount of them hate her. We do, going back to earlier, we do see that she was slowly starting to figure it out when she was breaking down. Basically, it's like for detectives where they try to decode and break down stuff, and the words were dialogue and rhetoric, known history of learning and debate. And what she does is she started to take the first letter of each word, and she eventually was getting ready to spell out Darkhold, but the chief had walked in at the time, and basically everything would have came to her a lot sooner, but he had stopped it. After she had walked back over to her house, after talking to her agent, put clothes on, of course, and she goes down to the basement, and she hears a thud upstairs, and it's the teen. So she's been in her house this entire time for the most part, and she's put him inside of a closet. At that point, she realized, okay, well, if this is real, then that means that, and the agent busts through the door. A decent little battle ensues. To me, the witch, though, with her powers, she really isn't that strong in my opinion, because this is a depowered Agatha. So in my opinion, how can this fight be this close? But with time, Agatha was able to convince her to wait until Agatha got her powers back.
Let me get my purple back, and then come find me.
I am not the only one that wants to see you dead.
So that way, I guess it could be more of a bigger reward to defeat Agatha at her full power. We already know that that's not going to happen. But she was able to trick her into doing so, which was a little bit weird. I guess Vidal has healing powers, because throughout their battle, when they was fighting in the kitchen, Agatha gets cut on her hand, and Vidal, you know, when she finally leaves, she licks her hand and it heals the wound. I thought that was a little bit extra. We find out that a group of witches called the Salem 7 is going to be coming for her by sundown. So within the same day, they are coming to attack her. So she's pretty much on a time schedule to eventually, I'm assuming, power up or find a coven, something to aid her in battling against them, or simply just get away from them. But overall, the episode, like I said before, I thought was pretty good. Let me know what you think about this episode so far. I kind of was a little bit over the place with my analysis. I'm just pretty excited that we're back with Marvel. I'm a big MCU fan. Go ahead, jump in the comment section below. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you think. Stay tuned for my next episode reviews, and I'm going to be pumping out more content soon in the future. So just trying to get a new schedule down packed so that way I can be producing more and more accurately. So thank you for staying tuned. Everybody that has supported me so far, everybody that has subscribed to my channel so far, thank you for doing so.